Breaking news at the top of the hour. Several agencies are on the scene of Byhalia Road in Copiah County. We've learned the coroner has just arrived. Linnea Lewis is live from the scene. Linnea.
Well, Jade, when driving down Highway 51, we saw about 6 emergency vehicles rush down this road on Byhalia Road. And now let me just move out the way so you all can see this very active scene behind me. Copiah County Emergency Management is blocking off the road at the intersection of Butler Drive. Now, this is just about 20 minutes from where the Brookhaven robbery and homicide took place. We're not sure if this is connected to the incident, as we're waiting on confirmation from either Brookhaven Police or Copiah County Sheriffs. Now, a Copiah County coroner just pulled up on scene, but again, we have no confirmation if anyone has died from any type of injuries, and we're still working to confirm this information. And as we do, please make sure to stay with WJTV 12 on air and online. Live in Copiah County, Linnea Lewis, WJTV 12.
All right, and shifting to weather now, it has been a very warm and muggy day in Mississippi with a couple of spotty showers out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening right now. It's 90 degrees in Jackson, over a dew point of 73. It feels like it is 98. Let's check out our forecast for tonight. Now, notice scattered storms in the forecast through this evening and overnight, and that's because a rare July cold front will be coming through by tomorrow morning. That's really going to change everything for the rest of this week, and we're talking about some good weather changes. We'll tell you about that in the full forecast. It's coming up in 10 minutes. Jade, back to you.
Thank you, Ken. We turn now to some other big stories we're following. It's the season for back-to-school preps, and it got a little sweeter today for teachers across the state. After consulting with school districts, MDA says more than 40,000 teachers and assistants are eligible for state-funded $1,500 pay raises. Today's estimate has expanded from before. The list of teaching positions now includes librarians, therapists, and others. Districts will be given enough money to cover the monthly cost. In total, it adds up to be around $76.9 million. Dr. Carrie Wright, the state superintendent of education, says this, quote, "This is the most comprehensive pay raise the legislature has approved and is intended to provide Mississippi educators with a well-deserved raise," end quote. The Department of Education says it will keep working with lawmakers to fully fund the raise in January. And the chairman of the House has responded to the news. He says this, quote, "The House leadership is supportive of funding this deficit and ensuring that the school districts will not be required to absorb any cost associated with the pay raise." And teacher pay has been an important talking point in Mississippi politics, making it one of the many potential questions in Mississippi's only GOP gubernatorial debate being held right here in the WJTV 12 studio. Happening tomorrow, Representative Robert Foster, Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves, and former Chief Justice Bill Waller Jr. will debate here at WJTV 12. It is an exclusive event that you can only catch right here. And just take a look at the studio. What an amazing transformation. We're now on the clock as it turns into a stage for all 3 GOP gubernatorial candidates. It doesn't even look like the same studio that we use on a daily basis. And if you're looking for a fun way to watch, you can attend a debate watch party. It'll be held on debate night at Sal and Mookie's, hosted by Mississippi Today. And regardless of where you watch, be sure to tune in. We'll be live online and on air beginning at 7 p.m. And be sure that when engaging on social media, use the hashtag MSGOPGovDebate. We are your election headquarters. Franklin Graham, son of the late Reverend Billy Graham, posted to Facebook and Twitter earlier today showing his support for Robert Foster's decision not to allow a female reporter to do a ride-along unaccompanied. He said the Billy Graham rule is common sense and says, quote, "I appreciate Robert Foster's desire to honor his wife," and then goes on to say, "I think this couple is wise to try to protect their marriage." Terrence Sample went before a judge at the Justice Court in Holmes County for a hearing to determine if he should be given bond. He's being charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of kidnapping a pregnant 21-year-old Michaela Winston. Her body was found in early July, days after she was reported missing by her family. She was set to give birth July 4th.
What we're asking for today is for Mr. Sample to either be discharged or a reasonable bail be set. The court has already issued the writ to the sheriff to produce him before the court today.
2 counts of first-degree murder and kidnapping. Okay. That is clearly not a purpose for detaining someone illegally. I mean, the fact that, a pregnant woman was thrown on side the road and left for the bullets to be eaten in Holmes County, that is going to be a situation where murder will be charged.
We're going hear the evidence to determine whether or not he...
In the end of the hearing, Sample's lawyer's motion was denied. He was not given bond. We'll have much more coming up on this story at 5. Police in Mississippi are investigating the death of a 21-year-old Ole Miss student after her body was found yesterday in Harmontown. Chris Luther reports.
Buford Ridge has a beautiful view of Sardis Lake in northern Mississippi. Locals say the ridge is a place where a club meets several times a year to fish and is very peaceful. But on Saturday, it was a crime scene.
A quiet place, a very quaint place over there at Buford Ridge. Just can't believe this is so close to home.
Neighbors who live down the shore say they knew something was wrong Saturday morning when they saw first responders in their small, remote neighborhood.
I was sitting on the couch and saw the ambulance go by and was curious and went outside. And then the next thing I know, the coroner came by and 2 unmarked cars.
The Lafayette County Sheriff's Department says deputies on routine patrol found the body of 21-year-old Allie Costal. Costal is originally from St. Louis. The University of Mississippi confirmed that Costal is an enrolled student majoring in marketing. Investigators say it's apparent foul play was involved, but they did not release how she died.
I just can't imagine what the parents are going through right now and their family. It's just very devastating.
You shouldn't have to bury your kids.
Jim Bob Bromley understands the pain the Costal family is going through. He told us he's lost a son.
Nobody can describe that kind of pain. It's forever. It doesn't go away. It gets better, but it didn't go away.
Investigators say they're following several leads, trying to determine who killed the smiling Ole Miss student and how her body ended up on this quiet ridge by Sardis Lake.
I hope they find out who did this and justice is served. Absolutely.
Now, Ole Miss released a statement calling Allie a valued member of the campus community. The statement went on to say, quote, "We extend our deepest sympathy to her family, friends, and classmates and stand ready to support them during this time." A pedestrian is hit and killed by a car in Madison County. It happened around 8 last night at the intersection of Gluckstadt Road at Dees Drive. According to the Madison County coroner, the victim died on the scene. So far, the name of the victim has not yet been released. And happening Saturday, Dollar General will celebrate its grand opening. Its newest store will be located in Florence. The ceremony starts at 8 a.m. with free prizes and special deals. And the first 50 adult shoppers at the store will receive a gift card. Well, the conversation about race continues following President Trump's tweet last week telling 4 congresswomen of color to go back where they came from. Katherine Johnson is on Capitol Hill with the fallout and a look at how Americans are responding in a new CBS News poll.
President Trump is staying on the offensive against 4 Democratic congresswomen known as the Squad. This morning, he tweeted, "The Squad is a very racist group of troublemakers who are young, inexperienced, and not very smart. So bad for our country."
They're pulling the Democrats way left. Nobody knows how to handle them. I feel they're easy to handle. To me, they're easy to handle because they're just out there. They're very bad for our country, absolutely.
The president's tweet last week telling the women of color to go back from where they came has sparked conversations about race in America.
No racial tension. No, there's no racial tension. Look, I had my best numbers recently, and it's because of the economy and what I've done for the African American.
A new CBS News poll finds an overwhelming majority of Americans see the country as divided along racial lines.
Nearly 9 in 10 Americans, 87% of poll respondents, say the country is divided along racial lines.
A really dangerous ideology that's about othering people, dehumanizing others. And we have to continue to fight back.
When asked specifically about the president's Go Back tweet, 48% said they describe it as racist. 34% said it was not racist. Katherine Johnson, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And 59% of Americans in the CBS News poll say they disagree with the president's tweet, but 4 out of 5 Republicans, 82%, say they agree with the content of his tweet. Let's get a check of our forecast with Ken.
All right, here's a live look at our tower camera right now. A few clouds building over the metro. It's hot, it's humid out there. We could see a few storms between now and tomorrow morning. That's because a cold front is headed our way. And yes, it's going to make a real difference in our weather. You'll see the forecast, and a new tropical depression has formed near the southeast. I'll let you know where that's going coming up next. You're watching WJTV 12.